Hello and welcome. If you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box and we're going to make a start. And also, please, can you just get back to your groups and let everybody know that we are now live. Get back to your groups, your WhatsApp groups, your Telegram groups. We've got a great call today where we're going to discuss how you can continue to build your 6- or 7-figure portfolio. So please get back onto your groups and let everybody know that we are now live. My name is Dr. Jav. Thank you, and I welcome you onto this call. As you know, I've been doing crypto now for well over 5 years. I started off by mining Bitcoin, and I then moved on to trading Bitcoin and then altcoins. So I've been doing it quite a long time, and trust me, I love it, I enjoy it, and it's going great. So please, again, get back to your groups. Let's get more participants on the call. We are also live on YouTube. So for those of your colleagues that could not attend the Zoom presentation, we are also live on YouTube. So please let them know that we are live on YouTube as well. If you just bear with me, I'll put the link, the YouTube link, I'll put it in the chat box. So I will put the link in the chat box so you can send it to your colleagues that could not access the Zoom presentation. And please also let me know where you are from. That would be awesome. So I'm currently here in the UK. So in the UK, where I am right now, it is 30 degrees. So 30 degrees Celsius here in the UK. I'm not sure what the temperature is where you are. Let me know where you're from and how hot it is where you are. So I've just got myself an air conditioning unit. So it's going to be pretty cool where I am. 98 degrees in Columbus, Ohio. So I wonder what that is in Celsius. What is 98 degrees in Celsius? 98 in Celsius. Let's have a look. Oh my God, it's actually warmer. So Quanisha from Ohio, Columbus, it's actually warmer where you are than where we are. So it's 36 degrees, 37 degrees Celsius in Columbus, Ohio. But here in the UK, it's 30 degrees where I am. And on my app on my phone, it's saying disruption due to extremely high temperatures. So we are actually experiencing disruption due to extremely high temperatures. Alher, it's 30 degrees Celsius in Italy. Amazing, amazing. We have Italy on the call. So 30 degrees in Italy. And it's interesting because, you know, when it's too cold, we complain. When it's raining, we complain. When it gets too hot, we complain as well. So my app at the moment is saying, listen to this, it's saying that adverse health effects are likely to be experienced by those vulnerable to extreme heat. Because it's 30 degrees here in the UK, we're getting these warnings. The wider population are likely to experience some adverse health effects, including sunburn or heat exhaustion, dehydration, nausea, fatigue, because of the high temperatures we are experiencing here in the UK. More people are likely to visit coastal areas, lakes and rivers. So if you want to go skinny dipping, be careful. So yeah, some changes in working practices and daily routines may be required. An increased chance that some heat sensitive systems and equipment may fail. So if you get a power cut, blame it on the heat. There may potentially be power cuts as a result of the high temperatures we are experiencing. Some delays to road, rail, and air travel are also possible. So that's what's happening at the moment here in the UK. Potential disruptions. It's quite funny, actually. Like I said earlier, we complain when it gets too hot. We complain when it gets too cold. And now, in my particular case, I do enjoy the hot weather. Obviously, when it gets too hot, we do have air conditioning where I am. So, you know, we are still fairly comfortable. But again, if you want to go skinny dipping, Rashad, please do go and have a, you know, go and enjoy yourself, but you don't need to let me know. And yes, drink lots of water. So anyway, back to cryptocurrency. Welcome, wherever you're from. You know, I've got London in the house. We have Italy in the house. We have Columbus, the USA in the house. Many places in the UK on the house. Welcome to the call. We have many people live on YouTube as well. So again, welcome to the call. I just want to give you on today's call an overview of what's happening in the cryptocurrency market space or place. And in my particular case, like I said earlier, I've been in the crypto space for a long, long time. I've been watching the markets for a long time. And also, I'm glad to say that when it comes to the crypto space, I'm not wrong often. So probably 90 to 99% of what I'll tell you now is going to happen because I do my research and I spend a lot of time looking at the cryptocurrency market. So if you're new to cryptocurrencies, welcome to the call. If you don't have any cryptocurrencies in your portfolio whatsoever, welcome to the call. If you're part of our mentorship program, our academy, welcome to the call. You will have obviously more knowledge than those people that are not members of our academy. If you're not a member of our academy at the moment, our mentorship program, please reach out to the person that recommended you attend this call. Reach out to me if you're watching me on YouTube or any other social media channel. So looking at cryptocurrencies at the moment, if you just drive down on CoinGecko, what do we see here? We actually see a lot of red. There's a lot of red in the market, certainly for the last hour, 24 hours, 7 days, a lot of the markets, a lot of the coins have dipped. And again, when we see red, what do? We buy. So we need to do exactly the opposite to what society is doing, to what retail traders are doing in general. And obviously we all know that 76%, I'll say that again, 76% of retail traders, the general population, lose money when it comes to trading because they follow what the news is saying, what CNBC is saying. They'll follow what's happening on the news. And obviously what you're reading on the news is 90 to 99% rubbish. So 90 to 99% of what you read on the news online is manipulated, and the information is put there to make you lose money because those that have power in the market do not want you to win. Because obviously in every trade that you place, there's a winner and a loser. Do you think that banks want you to win? The answer is no. And the reason for that is because banks want to win. The same with institutions, the billionaires, the Elon Musks, the Richard Bransons, all these tweets that you see out there are put out there to make you lose. And 76% of retail traders will lose because they follow that information. Just a few days, in fact, I've been getting messages all the time from people saying, what do I do? The market's dipping. I'm concerned. I'm going to lose my money. I'm going to pull out of the market. What I'm saying to you is you need to do the opposite. The market's dipping, and at the moment, the large hedge funds, the banks, the national banks, the billionaires, the elite class, they are all buying into cryptocurrency because the price is so low. Now, Bitcoin obviously has gone down by 7% in the last 7 days, Ethereum 12%, 11.7%, and all the other coins as well. Obviously Tether is a stable coin, so ignore that. Binance Coin 5%, Cardano 13%, Ripple 8.7%, Polkadot 21%. So if you attended any of our calls earlier in the week, you'll know that I recommended you look at Polkadot, and it's come down by 21%. Definitely a good time to buy Polkadot if you are looking to move into altcoins and your 6-figure portfolio. Uniswap has come down by 20%. Litecoin 11%, Solana 20%. So I've been buying Solana. If you don't actually have Solana at the moment, please do your research. Look at the case studies behind Solana and definitely look at getting that as well. Chainlink 17%. The price has come down quite a lot. So all these coins, definitely coins that you can look at as part of your portfolio. Moving down to Polygon Matic, 24%. That's a huge reduction in price. VeChain 15%, Filecoin 17%. So all the coins I'm mentioning are coins that I may have spoken about on other calls, coins that I feel should be in your portfolio. Obviously, if you're part of our mentorship program, you'll know about these coins anyway. If you're part of the academy, you'll know that these coins are coins that we potentially think could go up multiple times in the next few months, next few weeks. Monero is another coin, 7% down. Aave 16.9%. So looking at this list now, I will actually go out and buy more of these coins because the prices have come down so much. And the great thing is when it comes to cryptocurrency, it doesn't actually matter what your budget is, whether you have $10, $100 or $1,000, it doesn't matter. So whatever you can put in, please, choose the coins that you you feel could go up in value. Some of the coins I've mentioned on this call already, and put some money into those coins, and you can't really go that wrong. And obviously Ethereum as well. Ethereum is a great coin to have. If you don't have ETH at the moment, definitely look at getting Ethereum. So looking at Bitcoin at the moment, in the last 2 or so months, so at the moment we're here, so what is it, 19th of July, since sort of May time, it's been about 2 months. The market has been very, very much consolidated. We've seen consolidation in the market. Some people say that this is the boring phase. So it's, the prices are not going up or coming down. But between the sort of the peak and the trough in the market in these few days, we've seen a price difference of $10,000. So obviously Bitcoin moves a lot faster than fiat currency, so your forex market. You get a lot more movements in Bitcoin. It can be a lot more volatile than foreign exchange trading, but we've seen a difference in price of around $10,000 between the peak and the trough, the highest point and lowest point in the last 2 months. So, I mean, it's been a very much a consolidated market. And at the moment, what we are seeing are lower highs and also lower lows, which is an indication that the market could potentially go down further. So it could even come down to as low as $27,000. And again, if you have not bought Bitcoin, what are you doing? Bitcoin actually hit a price of $65,000 not so long ago. On the 14th of April, 2021, we had the all-time high, according to this chart, for almost $65,000 for Bitcoin. And now we're hovering at $30,000. We are less than half the price of Bitcoin that we saw in April. So 53% below the price that we saw in April. So in my opinion, it is still a good time to come into cryptocurrencies. Obviously, when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to Bitcoin especially, we feel that the price of Bitcoin will hit 6 figures very, very soon in the next few months. And by 6 figures, I'm talking $100,000 plus. So at the moment, retail traders are actually pulling out of the market because they think it's a scam. And again, the information that you see online is there for a reason, and it's telling people, don't come into cryptocurrency, because what's happening is that the hedge funds, the large banks, the billionaires are actually still buying Bitcoin at the moment. Now, in the last day alone, what is this? Yeah, the day chart, the price of Bitcoin has come down from $31,000 to $30,500. So 32,000 almost to $30,500. So $1,500 the price of Bitcoin has come down by. And if we do reach as low as $30,000, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to potentially come down further. It could come down to $27,000. However, the price of Bitcoin will still go up in the next couple of months, because there's a lot of things happening in the market. There's a lot of money in the market at the moment. So if you haven't bought any Bitcoin at the moment, perhaps now is a good time to buy. It may come down further, so you might want to hold off a little bit. But then again, having said that, the price could recover very, very quickly, because there's a lot of money at the moment in Bitcoin. Now, if the price does come down further to, let's say, $27,000, $28,000, some of you, if you do already hold Bitcoin, you may want to exit into stable coins. So, Tether is a stable coin. It's not one I use personally, but USD coin is probably a better coin to get if you feel the market is going to come down further. So let me give you an example. At to make the numbers easy, let's say $60,000. At $60,000, let's assume you had one Bitcoin and you put that Bitcoin into a stable coin. Today, you would still have $60,000 worth of that stable coin. So you would still have $60,000. So you could effectively today buy 2 Bitcoins for that price. Because the price today is around $30,000, you could today buy 2 Bitcoins at $30,000. Because at $60,000, you didn't actually sell your Bitcoin, so you didn't send the money back to your bank account. what you did do is transfer it or exchange it to a stable coin, and then at $30,000, you then exchanged it back into Bitcoin. So now effectively you have two Bitcoins. So when the price goes back up to $60,000, your portfolio is now not $60,000, it's now $120,000. So obviously, if you're part of the academy, you'll know this already because we teach you this. And this is how you make money, or one of the many ways that you make money when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you buy low, you sell high, you buy low, and you're exchanging cryptocurrencies to stable coins when the price is high, and when the price is low, you exchange back to that cryptocurrency. And that is how you increase your portfolio. And that is one of the ways that you can use to achieve your 6 or 7 figure portfolio. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can also subscribe, like and share this video, and let other people know what's happening in the crypto space, because digital money is the future of money. Digital money is the future of money. Now, if you look at the dollar currency index at the moment, we can see a lot of green there. So potentially, when DXY is green, Bitcoin comes down in value, and that is what we've seen certainly recently. So you're seeing a lot of green here, and henceforth, the reverse is true for Bitcoin, where we're seeing a lot of red. So we're seeing a lot of red at the moment. We had this huge reduction in price. Again, this happened today around lunchtime, where the price of Bitcoin came down from $31,000 to around $30,000 or so. And again, if you look at the DXY index, the reverse is true. So we're seeing a lot of green now at the moment, indicating potentially that the price of Bitcoin could fall down further. So again, that's one of the indexes, or one of the indices that I look at to give me an indication as to what's happening with the price of Bitcoin. And certainly you should be looking at this as well. And it will help you determine certainly what you should do in the marketplace. Now, if you go to the fundamentals, we are seeing a lot of good news in the market as well. The Bank of America, formerly obviously the USA, have been saying that it's a con, you know, don't buy cryptocurrency, it's a scam. But now what you're seeing is the reverse to that. And big institutions like the Bank of America have now approved Bitcoin futures, so that their clients can now potentially trade Bitcoin going forward. And because of some of this good news that we're seeing in the market, the price of Bitcoin is recovering to a certain extent. There's a lot of positive news in the marketplace today, and a result of that is that the price of Bitcoin has not dipped further. So had we seen more negative press, and that is what I'm anticipating at the moment, there may be more negative press coming into the marketplace. And when you see this negative press, again, going back to the example I gave you earlier with the retail traders, when they see this negative press, they sell their holdings. And when people en masse begin to sell their holdings, the price generally comes down. And then we have the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So again, the GBTC. Now, if you had invested in GBTC, you would have needed a minimum of $50,000. Now, recently, many of the GBTC stock has become unlocked in the last couple of days. And going forward towards the end of July, 650,000 Bitcoins will become unlocked. That's a lot of Bitcoin. Now, if all of those people that unlock those Bitcoins sell at that point, the price of Bitcoin will come down. Because, like I said earlier, when you have a lot of people selling a certain asset class, the price does generally come down. And certainly when whales want to see, or when whales sell, the price comes down as well. And the reverse is true when you're buying. So when you see a lot of people coming into the market, the price will go up. And that is why that whales don't buy using, for example, Coinbase. They will go directly into the marketplace and buy direct from the miners, for example. And they won't buy off Coinbase, Binance, all these exchanges. because it will affect the price too much. So again, the GBTC unlock is a lot of fundamentals, a lot of what's happening in the marketplace at the moment. And again, it's something to watch because it could potentially result in a further reduction in the price of Bitcoin, potentially resulting in Bitcoin coming down to $27,000 and even wicking out lower than that. But again, the lower wicks are going to be very, very hard to pick because it happens sometimes for just a few seconds or just a few minutes. So again, if you're not currently trading or not currently invested in Bitcoin, have a look at it. Now may still be a good time to come into Bitcoin if you're not in Bitcoin, because the price of Bitcoin will hit those six figures very, very soon. So if you look at the realized cap hodl waves for Bitcoin, we are still over here somewhere. So we have a peak coming very, very soon. Obviously, this was the Bitcoin halving that we saw last year. And every time there's Bitcoin halving, you get the three waves, the three cycles that you see here. So we are still headed towards the next peak. So one was the $65,000 or thereabouts that we saw before. Two could potentially be $100,000. And three could be $200,000, maybe $250,000, maybe even $300,000. And when that happens, it will happen very, very quickly. And if you're not in the market at that point, you will miss it. So if you're not part of our academy, our mentorship program, and you're not being tutored or mentored on a daily basis, you may miss that peak. Because if I go back to the Bitcoin chart, if I go to 2017, and I was very much in the market in 2017, I was very much watching the market because I was heavily invested in not just Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies as well. So if you go to 2017, I can see it clearly here. In 2017, you can see what happened then. Let me just make it a little bit bigger, just bear with me. So on the 11th of December 2017, the all-time high of Bitcoin was achieved of just under $20,000. So just under $20,000 is what we saw in 2017. And if you look at this, that only happened for one day. It only happened for one day. And you could very well have missed that, because on this day, on the 11th of December, the price of Bitcoin went from $14,000 all the way up to $20,000. So $5,000 to $6,000 in one single day. Many people would have missed that peak, because look what happened on the next day. On the next day, the price came down to $11,000. From $20,000 to $11,000, it closed at about $14,000. And then it came back up to $15,000. But following that, look at what happened in the market. The price from its peak of $19,000, $20,000 came to a low of $3,000. So from $20,000 to $3,000 in the space of just a few months, in fact, weeks after the $20,000. So that's what I'm expecting to see again. So once the price hits, let's say for the sake of argument, $300,000, we may only see that price for one day. Most people will miss that price. Most people will miss the all-time high that is about to come, because most people form the retail public, the 76% that lose money in trading. If you're part of our mentorship program, part of our academy, we'll ensure that you hit that price. And that, let's imagine that you have one Bitcoin today at $30,000. If you hit that peak, you will be looking at a profit of $270,000 approximately. Many people can pay off their mortgages at that peak. Many people can perhaps buy their dream cars that they wanted to, or make further investment once you come out, once you let's say you take your money out. Once you had that profit, you can do a lot of things with $300,000. Trust me. But again, many people will miss it because you won't be watching the markets. That's why it's important to be mentored. Certainly in our academy, we have training, cryptocurrency trading every single day, and we will ensure that you hit that peak. Now going to Ethereum, Ethereum at the moment is $1,800. I bought some more Ethereum today because the price has been so low. This is actually the 15-minute chart, and I bought Ethereum at around 12:30, 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So a few hours ago, when the price came down, I saw these dips in the market, and I bought some ETH at that point. Even now, the price is $18,000, so $1,800. It's a good time to buy Ethereum. Anything below $2,000 is a good time to buy ETH, because look, if you look at the graph, if I pan back a little bit, the price of Ethereum peaked. Let's have a look at the peak. The price of Ethereum peaked at $4,400. $4,400. Today, Ethereum is sitting at $1,800, 60% less than what it was at its peak. So it's less than half price than what it was. The price of Ethereum may come down further because we are still, if you look at this chart, we are still seeing lower highs and lower lows. The price of ETH may come down further. Even if it comes down to 1,600, 1,500, you may miss that trough in the market. That is why it's important to do dollar cost averaging. That is what we do in the academy. We do dollar cost averaging. So as the price comes down, we are still buying Ethereum. As the price goes up, we are still buying via dollar cost averaging. However, when we see these big movements in the market, for example, we had this big movement here from $3,000, let's say $400 to $1,800 in the space of 1 day. It went from $3,400 to $1,800 in the space of 1 day. Many people, again, the retail public would have missed that. That's a reduction in price of 46%, 46% in 1 day. That is huge. Now, imagine if you had a short in place at that point, you'd be sitting on a good profit. So that's what we do. We can short and long the market depending on whether the price is going down or going up. And if you are a member of our trading ideas group, you will be able to catch those markets. On August the 4th, we are expecting the EIP 1559 protocol, the upgrade, to come in place. Now, to cut a long story short, this protocol will mean the price of Ethereum going up further. So the price of Ethereum will go up further. It won't happen straight away, but days, weeks after that protocol, the price of ETH will recover. It's going to go to $4,000. Potentially, Ethereum will go to $10,000 and even $20,000 in the next few months. At the moment, it's around $2,000 for the sake of argument. So it could go up by a multiple of 10 in the next few months. So if you're not currently invested in ETH, please do look at it. ETH is very, very important. It has more use case than Bitcoin. 85% of the coins you see here, 85% of these 8,500 coins are based around the ETH protocol. So ETH has a lot more use case than Bitcoin, so you need to look at it. Now, just bear in mind, when it comes to, when I finish this webinar in the next few minutes, unfortunately, many of you watching this will have many thousands of viewers watching this on YouTube and other social media channels. A majority of you will go back to what you do normally and won't take on board what I've said. Some of you will do your voice is broken. If you can hear me properly, let me know. Can you hear me properly? Let me know in the chat box. Give me a 111 in the chat box. Okay, I'll continue. Thank you. If my voice breaks again, let me know, and I'll change my connection. Now, the system is set up for the not so smart people to feel brilliant and the smart people to feel crazy. I'll say that again. The system is set up for the not so smart people to feel brilliant and the smart people to feel crazy. So when I finish this webinar, you'll go back to whatever you do. 90% of people that are watching this video will probably still lose money when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you won't do what I've talked about. And the reason for that is that you'll go back online, you'll listen to what's being said online, and you'll follow what's being said. So I'm still getting messages from people saying, Bitcoin's crashing, it's a scam, it's not going to work. But I'm telling you the reverse. If you're not trading cryptocurrency at the moment, you're crazy. The future is digital money. You can just see what's happening to the dollar. The dollar will come down. The dollar will come down, and it's going to come down rapidly, because I talked about this on a previous call. On a previous call, I talked about what's happening with the dollar. And again, the more money that they are printing, the lower the value of the dollar. The more money that's being printed around the world, the less the value of that currency. Many currencies have dropped. Many countries have lost their currencies. And the future for the dollar and the pound and the euro is not looking good. So potentially in the next year, next 5 years, next 10 years, we will lose these currencies as we move towards cryptocurrency. Banks, national banks are now producing their own digital currencies. So the future is digital money, whether you like it or not. The fact that you are watching this video means that you are ahead of the curve. So now is the time to get into crypto if you're not currently in crypto. So I talked about a few altcoins earlier. So before I call an end to this call, I want to give you another altcoin. So obviously, if you're part of the academy, you will know about this coin anyway. So VeChain is an altcoin that I've talked about many, many times. And I just want to briefly talk about VeChain again. If you don't know how to find information on any particular cryptocurrency, what you can do is go to CoinGecko and search for that coin on CoinGecko. So if I just search VeChain, so the symbol for VeChain is VET. If I search that on CoinGecko, you'll get some information on VeChain. You will also, if I just scroll down a little bit, you'll get the price chart, so you can see what VeChain's been doing, and it has been coming down. The price of VeChain has been coming down, certainly today, and you can also obviously change the date to whatever you want to change it to, and have a look at what's happening. So just bear with me. Let's scroll down further. Let me just have a look here. So the price of VeChain at the moment is $0.06. Now, if you want to access the website for any particular coin, my recommendation to you is to access that website from CoinGecko. Don't try and search it out on Google, because there are a lot of scam websites out there that will take your money and run off with it. So try and use the websites that are listed here. So for VeChain, we have vchain.org and vchain.com. So again, when it comes to any cryptocurrency, don't go to any websites that you may find on Google, certainly some of the ad websites, because it's quicker to place an ad out there than it is to use SEO. So what you'll find is that these scam artists will create a website and make it look like the original, but you will click through that website via Google, via an ad, and you will think that it's the original website, whereas it's not. So you could potentially lose your money. So if you want more information on any particular coin, go to the websites listed on CoinGecko. Now, VeChain is the blockchain platform, and it's designed to enhance supply chain management and also business processes. And its goal is to streamline these processes and information flow for complex supply chains through the use of DLT. That's basically distributed ledger technology. So VeChain is going places. The price is still very, very low. It's only 6 cents for one VeChain. So it aims to obviously use distributed governance and IoT, which is the Internet of Things, if you don't know what it is, to create an ecosystem that solves some of the major problems with supply chain management. So it's all about supply chain management. A lot of big companies are looking at VeChain at the moment. And VeChain Thor, that's the blockchain behind VeChain. And that's been designed for mass adoption of blockchain technology by business users of all sizes. So it's not just the big companies, it's the smaller companies as well that are potentially looking at VeChain. I'm going to put up the VeChain chart in a few minutes, but the main attraction of VeChain seems to have its use as basically supply and logistics blockchain. So any company that does supply and logistics would potentially be a customer of VeChain. So a lot of large companies, and I'll show you some of them shortly, are now using VeChain to ensure that their inventory from start to sale, from the beginning to the end, is accounted for. So basically supply chain management, VeChain is potentially going to get bigger. It's only 0.06, so 6 cents at the moment, and it could potentially in the future go to $1. So what's that? $1 from 0.06, that's a multiple of 16, potentially even higher than that. If it goes to $10, that's a multiple of over 100. So shopping.io is basically a site that allows you to buy from Amazon, Walmart, and eBay using cryptocurrencies. And VeChain has now just partnered up with shopping.io, and that's a very, very big thing. And that could potentially in the future result in the price of VeChain going up. So some partners you may have heard of, some big companies like DMV, which has a revenue of 2.4 billion, obviously PwC, Price Waterhouse Coopers, very, very big company, $37 billion revenue. You got the NRCC. So there's quite a lot of big companies, BMW as well, I've heard of, who are now partnering up. Here it is, BMW, who are now partnering up with VeChain to help them with their supply chain issues. Renault, another car manufacturer. So a lot of companies are partnering up with VeChain, and when this happens, we will expect the price of VeChain to go up further. So at the moment, looking at this, you can see what's happening with the price of VeChain. VeChain is only 6 cents, very, very low at the moment. It hit a peak of 27. So a multiple of 4 compared to what the price is now. Trust me, the price of VeChain, with all these big partnerships, the price of VeChain is likely to go back up again. So that's my top pick for today. Have a look at VeChain. Obviously, if you're in the academy, you will have knowledge of the, let's have a look at my list. I've got a list here. So for members of the academy, I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm just counting. At least 30 coins that we feel, or I feel, will shoot up in value in the next few weeks, next few months. So VeChain is just one of those coins that we feel, that I feel, will go up in value. And certainly you need to start looking at these coins. If you're looking to build a 6 or 7-figure portfolio, it's very unlikely that you will achieve that from just one coin. 20 or 30 coins is a good number of coins to have. Altcoins, coins in addition to Bitcoin, that will help you hit those 6 figures and 7 figures. And then at the right time, you'll pull out of the market and you can then do whatever you want to. You can buy your Lamborghini, you can go buy another house, pay off your mortgage, do whatever you want to. And that is what we do when it comes to cryptocurrency. We are currently heading towards the biggest bull market in the history of cryptocurrency. A huge bull market occurs every 4 or so years, and this is the year for cryptocurrency. Even though the prices for the large cryptocurrencies appear depleted at the moment, that's nothing to worry about. This is only a phase, and this phase will end very, very soon. Trust me, There's not long to go, and a lot of people will be taken off guard when it happens. At the moment, Bitcoin is just $30,000, $31,000. In a few weeks, it'll be back up to 65 and then $65,000. At the moment, we're seeing a lot of whales selling. And again, when that happens, the price comes down. Nothing to worry about. The price for Bitcoin may come down further, and that is an indication for you to buy. Do the opposite to what everybody else is doing. If everybody else is buying, you sell. If they're selling, you buy. Do the opposite to what everyone is doing, and you can't go wrong. When it comes to the Bitcoin S2F model, something I look at every so often, you can see what's happening and how accurate this model is. And if you look at this model, in 2017, December 2017, this was the all-time high before, and it was predicted to be not far off this. As you can see here, this is when it hit $20,000. This is where we are at the moment, and the model is predicting a price of in excess of 6 figures this bull run. So the price of Bitcoin will go beyond $100,000. It could go to $200,000, maybe even $300,000, wick up to $300,000 and then come down, and it's going to come down very, very quickly, and a lot of people will get caught out. So if you're not a member of the Academy at the moment, please reach out to me. My name is Dr. Jav. That's the end of this training today. I hope you've learned something. If you have learned something, let me know via the chat box. Cryptocurrency is the future of money. Bitcoin obviously is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. If you're not currently trading with us, drop me a line via any of these social media channels that you can see on the screen here, and let's get you started. Currently, we have a promotion on at the moment. It's 50% off the Academy prices, and this will end in the next few days, and we will never repeat this price again. So my name is Dr. Jav. Thank you for your time. Let's get you on board, and let's teach you how to build that 6- and 7-figure cryptocurrency portfolio. Reach out to me via these social media channels. Again, my name is Dr. Jav. Thank you for your time. Please do subscribe, like, and share this video, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for your time. I'll see you soon.